is it hard to do the right thing even though we know we're doing wrong deeds? We've all been there. You know you shouldn't procrastinate, but you do. You know you shouldn't lie, but you lie. You know gossip is toxic, yet it slips out. You know cheating is wrong, yet temptation wins. So why is it that we know what's right, but still do wrong? Why doesn't knowing automatically lead to doing? Today, we're diving deep into this universal struggle. You'll discover the scientific reasons behind this conflict, how the brain tricks us in the moment, spiritual truths from major faiths. My personal experience with this battle, real world examples, both failures and transformations, and 10 powerful strategies to finally bridge the gap between what you know and what you actually do. By the end of this, you'll see clearly knowing is not enough. Mastery over your mind and emotions is the real path to freedom. My personal struggle with this war. There were so many moments in my journey in business, relationships, even daily life where I knew the right thing, but I didn't do it. Why? Because fear, greed, pride, and ego spoke louder in the moment. I justified small shortcuts. I told myself, it's not that bad. I ignored the inner voice of truth because it was inconvenient. In 2008, when my business empire collapsed, I was forced to face a brutal reality. I didn't fail due to lack of knowledge. I failed because I didn't have control over my lower self. That collapse shattered my pride, but it also became my awakening. Since then, I've been on a mission to live what I know, not just learn it. The science. Why we know but don't act. Let's break this down. 1. The dual system brain, emotion versus logic. The brain runs on two systems. System 1, fast, impulsive, emotional, limbic system. System 2, slow, rational, logical, prefrontal cortex. Even if System 2 knows what's right, System 1 reacts faster, stronger. That's why anger overrides compassion, why lust overrides morals, why fear overrides faith. Your emotional brain hijacks your rational one. This is not weakness, it's wiring. But wiring can be rewired. 2. Dopamine and instant gratification. Your brain rewards fast pleasure. Wrong actions like lying, scrolling, cheating often bring instant dopamine hits. Right actions require patience, they offer delayed rewards. The brain naturally chooses short term pleasure over long term peace. This is called temporal discounting, valuing now more than later. 3. The ego's defense mechanism. Your ego protects your identity. Even when that identity is flawed, it resists change. It justifies wrong behavior. It says, it's not that bad. Everyone else does it. I had no choice. Your ego prefers the comfort of excuses over the discomfort of accountability. 4. Neuroplasticity and habits. Every time you repeat a wrong behavior, your brain makes it easier to repeat. The brain builds pathways like grooves in a record. The more you gossip, lie, or react in anger, the more natural it feels. But here's the hope: you can rewire your brain through repetition, mindfulness, and discipline. Spiritual teachings confirm this struggle. This battle isn't new. Ancient scriptures have spoken about it for centuries. Christianity, Paul. I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do. This I keep on doing. Romans 7:19. Islam, the nafs, lower self, is ever inclined to evil, except those whom God shows mercy. Quran 12:53. Hinduism, Gita, desire and anger are the enemies that destroy wisdom and lead the soul to ruin. Buddhism, the three poisons, craving, aversion, and ignorance, are the roots of suffering. Sikhism, the five thieves, lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego, rob us of inner peace daily. Modern day examples of knowing but not doing. Lance Armstrong knew doping was wrong, chose glory, lost it all. Bernie Madoff built a financial empire on lies, ended in disgrace and prison. Tiger Woods knew the consequences. Personal choices cost him trust and peace. Elizabeth Holmes, Theranos, lied to investors, knew the truth, now faces prison. But it's not just public figures, it's everyday people. The student who cheats knowing it's wrong, the spouse who lies to avoid discomfort, the employee who steals time or resources. We all struggle between knowledge and obedience. My turning point. After my collapse, I finally saw I didn't need more books. I needed more discipline. Since then, I've made a commitment to act on truth, not just speak it, to measure success by alignment, not appearance, to surrender my desires to something higher. And from that came peace. Not perfection, but peace. Classic story: the frog in boiling water. Drop a frog in hot water, it jumps out, but heat the water slowly, it stays until it dies. That's how we are with compromise. Wrong starts small, it feels harmless, but over time, it boils your soul. The paradox. Knowing is easy, doing is war. The enemy isn't lack of information, it's the lack of inner mastery. The cost of not doing what's right, guilt that doesn't go away, loss of self respect, broken trust, failed relationships, emotional stress, spiritual emptiness, the gifts of right action, peace that can't be bought, confidence that can't be shaken, trust from others, a clear conscience, divine support, alignment with your higher self. 10 powerful strategies to close the gap. Let's break down the 10 actions to turn knowing into doing. 1. Strengthen your thinking brain. Daily meditation, prayer, and breath work activate your prefrontal cortex, your self control center. Train it like a muscle. Even 10 minutes a day builds emotional strength. 2. Rewire habits with micro discipline. Small right actions done daily create new neural pathways. 1 honest conversation. 1 time you resist temptation. 1 act of discipline. Do it today. Then again tomorrow. This compounds. 3. Avoid tempting environments. If you're trying to eat healthy, don't hang around junk food. Trying to be honest, stay away from gossip circles. Avoid what awakens your lower self. 4. Visualize both futures. Ask yourself, if I do this wrong, what will it cost me in 6 months? If I do what's right, what will my life look like in 6 years? Long term vision gives short term strength. 5. Set non negotiable values. Write down your core principles. I will not lie. I will not betray. I will not live out of alignment. Have these as your compass, especially when emotions rise. 6. Use the 5-second rule. Don't wait for motivation. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Action before the mind talks you out of it. 7. Invite accountability. Tell a trusted friend or mentor, I'm working on this. Let someone call you out with love when you slip. Accountability accelerates alignment. 8. Learn from those who fell. Study those who failed. Ask, what warning signs did they ignore? How did small lies lead to collapse? Their stories can be your prevention. 9. Anchor in spiritual routine. Start your day with gratitude, scripture, silence, prayer. Begin with truth and carry it into every action. 10. Remind yourself small wrongs grow. Every time you say it's just a small thing, remember a small leak can sink a mighty ship. Guard your soul, one right choice at a time. Classic story: the slow leak. A boat had one tiny hole. No one noticed. But by the time they did, it was too late. That's what small compromises do. They sink lives. The spiritual paradox. Wrong feels easier now. Right feels harder now. But wrong destroys you later, right rewards you later. Let's reflect. You don't need more information, you need transformation. Your brain resists what's hard, but it can be trained. Every choice creates your future. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your patterns. Obedience to truth is the highest freedom. My final reflection. I once thought success was about doing more. Now I know it's about doing what's right consistently. That change didn't come from knowledge, it came from surrender. I surrendered my excuses, I surrendered my impulses, I surrendered my ego, and in return, I got peace. Call to action. If you're ready to close the gap between knowing and doing, comment below. I choose right action over wrong desire. Subscribe for more messages that challenge, uplift, and awaken you. And if this helped, share it with someone who's struggling with silent compromise. Up next, why gratification is important for success in life. Let's keep growing together.